So imagine you presenting yourself to the community, Rich, as I'm a preacher. And over here you're doing drugs, you're banging women, you're doing orgies, right? You don't want that shit to come out, do you?
No, you get captured.
Exactly. So you're owned.
Take the first step towards online privacy. Get NordVPN.
Let's talk about MLK. Go look at his life history. Who is MLK? He was a Southern Baptist preacher. Now, at the time of Martin Luther King, who was Southern Baptist preachers? He went to BU, got a PhD. That's not just any person. That's a black bourgeois. In that period in U.S. history, if you were a preacher in the black community, exalted, that's like top. So there was a bottoms-up civil rights movement developing on its own, independent of Martin Luther King, on its own. And there were poor whites involved in that movement too, in places like Appalachia and other places in inner cities. They wanted infrastructure. And by the way, people, this is all out there. You just have to go study it and not be lazy. And these bottoms-up movements were demanding infrastructure in the inner cities. All right? So as these movements grew, the elites realized, wait a minute, if we don't get control of these movements, it's going to get out of hand. So the Southern National Christian Conference, SNCC, and the Kennedys, Booby fucking Kennedy's father, another exploiter, Robert Kennedy. You know, Robert Kennedy was bugging everyone. He was the Attorney General, if you remember. If you watch the movie Malcolm X, he's bugging Malcolm X, he's bugging Martin Luther King, and they found a lot of shit on Martin Luther King. He was raping women, big cokehead, would have orgies, right? A preacher. All right? Saying one thing, do as I say, not as I do. So they knew this guy was very compromised, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They anointed him, had a lot of shit on him. And the March on Washington, as Malcolm X said, was Peter Clayton's a source. Go do your own fucking research, Peter. I'm not going to do your work for you. I'm not your fucking house slave, okay? Go do your research. It's all out there. So, you see, source, this guy, Peter, MLK was a great guy. And when I share these facts, he wants me to do his research. No, you fucking go do the research. I'm not here to fucking do your work. But anyway, Martin Luther King was highly compromised. Malcolm X was not. Malcolm could not be manipulated. So imagine you presenting yourself to the community, Rich, as I'm a preacher. And over here you're doing drugs, you're banging women, you're doing orgies, right? You don't want that shit to come out, do you?
No, you get captured.
Exactly. So you're owned. So Martin Luther King was the March on Washington was created, a theater stage. And you look at that theater, you got all those people wearing the white hats behind them because they were all Gandhi followers, right? And Gandhi, I mean, you don't even get me started on Gandhi.
I'm not trying for that, right? Because what you do is contrast that with Malcolm X. It's interesting because I did study, many years ago.
Yeah, so Malcolm came from,
went to prison.
Yeah, Malcolm came from nothing. Everyone should read the autobiography of Malcolm X, you know? I read it when I was in 9th grade, when I was 12, 13. So Malcolm came from below. He went through his own journey, a real journey. Martin Luther King didn't go through the journey of an average black person going to Boston University, getting a PhD in divinity. Are you fucking serious? Come on. It's not the black journey. Malcolm was the black journey. And Malcolm realized that black people needed to stand up on their own 2 feet. Now, he got involved in Elijah Muhammad's movement, which was about black nationalism, you see? But there's 2 kinds of nationalism. It took Malcolm a while to figure this out. There's cultural nationalism and then there's progressive nationalism. Progressive nationalism, hey, we're an oppressed people. We have a right to our own land. Cultural nationalism is a little bit different. It says, yeah, remember when black people in the old days, we were kings. Let's go back to that. You see? It's a decadent form of nationalism, okay? So that's who Elijah Muhammad was. And again, he was saying for everyone to be pure, and meanwhile he was banging all these women, right? Banging 6. So Malcolm had the fortitude and the integrity to break from that, right? Yeah. He broke from that. And then when he goes to Mecca and he realizes, this guy's saying, back it up. No, I don't have to back it up, fucking idiot. Go do your own research. Go do it. You see, it's okay. I've done my PhD. I've written enough papers. I know how to do research. You go prove to yourself you can do research. So I'm not here. I don't work for you. Okay? Go do the work. Okay? Or shut the fuck up. So this is the attitude we have among people thinking someone's going to do their work for them. So anyway, Malcolm, in contrast, went through his actual journey.
Yeah.
He had to break from Elijah Muhammad. He realized, wait a minute, even the Islamic religion is not a religion of one race, right? And then he started coming across the writings of even Lenin, right? And other revolutionary thinkers, right? And so that resulted in, the recognition for Malcolm that ultimately you have to build a movement. 2 weeks before he was executed, he said, I believe there will ultimately be a clash between the oppressed and those who do the oppressing, but it will not be based on the color of the skin.
Yeah.
So, and then 2 weeks after that, he was executed, okay?
So he became dangerous.
He became very dangerous because he was going to unite blacks and whites. And he was starting to understand the system's dynamics. And Malcolm X was alive today, he'd be a student of Truth, Freedom, Health. And it would have saved him 30, 40 years, seriously.
Yeah.
So what we are doing is saving people infinite amount of time so they don't have to bumble here, bumble there, bumble there. Oh, fuck Kennedy, fuck me. Oh, Tulsi Gabbard, fuck me. Oh, Bernie Sanders, fuck me. Oh, Cornel West is a dope. Well, do you want to waste? So we're trying to accelerate someone's evolutionary growth. So we can, because every year that goes by that you don't have enough people figuring this shit out, and then they die when they're already, oh, fuck, all that time is human suffering. So ultimately, we're trying to alleviate human suffering. That's what we're trying to do. And those people want to do that, we're here to help them. Those people who do not want to do that, right? We don't have time for that, you say?
Yeah, and you don't need all of them, you just need enough.
Exactly.
Like 20%. And I think to actually cause a revolution takes less than like 3%.
Well, if you read my book, System and Revolution, it's back there. Everyone should read it. It's a great book. It's 108 pages. It defines what is a revolution. A revolution is a change in consciousness where suddenly you get enough people and things change like overnight. Change does not occur incrementally. This is another change occurs like that. You look at your own life. You look at people suddenly give up smoking. It's not like incrementally. I went to this. No, it's like something happens. Or someone is an alcoholic and they fundamentally change. It occurs instantaneously.
Yep.
So revolution is instantaneous. It is a phase transition. So our mission is to raise enough people's consciousness that you have a phase transition. And the raising of consciousness is to understand, wait a minute, Jill Stein, Cornel West, why am I even thinking about these fucking morons? And recognize these people are the decoys put in so you don't get off your butt and violate the elite's 11th Amendment, which is thou shalt not build upon some movement. That's what this is about.